On that. Are you longtime Santa Cruz folks? So then you remember the Balzac Bistro?
Oh, yeah. Yes. I do.
I played there. Penny Hannon and I played there for 2 or 3 years, I don't know. And it was wild. Oh my gosh, it was one of the wildest places I've ever worked. Well, you just didn't know what was going to happen when you went in there. And the guy, Steve Hearn, I think was his name, owned it, English guy. Really spouty, sassy guy, very funny, but ooh-wee. And we used to banter and bicker, me at the piano and him behind the bar, and go at it every Friday for ages. It was really a lot of fun. It was a hoot, and but you just didn't know. I remember when I first went in there, I had a little band, a little trio. We were called the Band of Johnnies. And that's how I got started with this whole thing. I was Johnny Fabulous. The other guys were Johnny Fingers. Boom, 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 boom. And then the other guy was Johnny Lovelace. But the band didn't last that long. And I was kind of looking for work, but I still had all these business cards that said a Band of Johnnies on it. So I threw it on the counter. It was like in the afternoon. And there were these 3 English guys, and they were all 3 psychologists. And they would meet afterwards, after their work schedule was over, and then they would gather and drink lots and lots of beer. And they would, they'd get loud and silly. And anyhow, so I threw the card on there, and Steve looks at it, and he kind of snickers. And well, that's weird. And then he puts it in front of these 3 psychologists, and these guys about fall off their chairs. A Band of Johnnies. And I'm like, finally I just look like a deer in the headlights. I don't know what's happening here. I don't know what's going on. Finally, Steve says to me, in England, a Johnny is a prophylactic. I said, man, now's the time to tour England.